Oh, where is it? Oh.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic.
Super duper!
That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
God dang, who knew having an intro to a podcast will get you hyped, which will get you going. Welcome everybody to Tavern Sports Podcast. Oops, wrong way. My name is Toby Brendel, and I thank you for another chance to give you what you need and what you want, and that's sports. I know I told you guys that I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't think it was the right timing since Monday Night Football still had one game with two teams that were basically 0-1. And the reason why I decided to hold it off is because it was the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. It was one of those things that I felt needed to be talked about. Just because they're part of the division that I cheer for when it comes to the NFL teams. So, why not? Alright, last Thursday, it was a massive kicker of a game. And I literally mean kicker of the game. I know some of you are going to be like, dude, I already know this. Why are you bringing it up? The one reason why I'm bringing it up is just penalties can hurt a team. And anybody out there knows that. This is the basic example. The Giants were in the lead. Washington, for the win, kicks the ball, misses. The Giants were offside with no time remaining. Washington gets that second chance for the field goal. And guess what? Boom, they nail it. 30-29. Washington wins. Even with Minnesota in week 1, with all the penalties that they received, it hurt them. I know sometimes it is what it is. Reality, guys, penalties suck. Alright, let's get into some of the games that are really interesting, needs to be talked about. Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals. Again, kicking. Kicking ruined the chance for Minnesota to win this one. I don't know what is with Minnesota and kickers, because if you take a look at last year, Carson was drafted where he did in the draft. Missed, 5 field goals last year against Green Bay. Minnesota, screw them. Let's cut them. Let's get rid of them after 2 or 3 games. Been absolutely on fire with who are they? Las Vegas now, which is great. Dan Bailey over the last little bit, one of the most accurate kickers in the NFL. And guess what? He was doing okay, but nothing that bad. This new kicker that they got, he missed an extra point, which hurt him. Even basically the last chance to win the game with the field goal, he shot it to the right. Even PA from KFAN, he thought it was in, but it kind of went right. Kickers, as much as people don't appreciate them, they're the one of the most important members of your team. It's just so frustrating. All right. Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars. You have Lawrence, the number 1 overall draft pick, saying he's the next best thing for quarterbacks. He never lost through high school. He never lost through college. He has one of the best records, blah, 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 blah. He's 0-2. That's one of the things. You can have your men play amongst men, or you can have a child playing amongst men. There are some guys who will dominate college, just absolutely destroy. One of the best seasons ever. Then when it comes to the NFL, they could fall flat. And that's absolutely fine. It is what it is. Some people just can't handle the pressure of the NFL. The one that I do have to say is nowadays, when you're straight out of college, you're drafted number 1, number 2, or number 3, you are expected, just plain simple, expected to go 16-0. I don't care who you are. When you're drafting like that, you're expected to play like Tom Brady, despite his 6th-round draft, Peyton Manning, and even Andrew Luck. If you're going first, you need to be at the top of the game. You need to be better than Patrick Mahomes. That's the crazy part. And sometimes it's not the number 1 draft pick that is the best one. It's the ones later on. Another one who is a great quarterback but wasn't drafted like number 1, Russell Wilson. It's just plain and simple. You just got to scout and you got to find that right guy. Sometimes number 1 isn't it. Buffalo Bills, had a huge comeback this week with a 35-0 win over Miami after getting beat by the Steelers 23-16. The Bills had something to prove. Proved it. Chicago, they're kind of, I don't know, they're iffy right now. There was a bunch of quarterbacks that did get injured in week 2. Andy Dalton was one of them. So, of course, Andy Dalton goes out. Justin Fields comes in. They win 2017. I don't know exactly where they would have been or what the score was when Dalton went out. So that's kind of a mystery to me. They won. They got the win. They had a taste of Fields, which, reality, that's kind of not a bad deal if you ask me. The game of the week that was really, really interesting was the Saints and the Panthers. Because, last week, the Saints absolutely destroyed the Packers 38-3, right? So you have Jameis Winston absolutely on fire, 5 touchdowns, eating up the W, yeah! Eating the W. Why did I do that? Anyway, but this week, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they fell in the toilet, they essed the bed, or what. What the hell? I had this. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. But they massively essed the bed with a 26-7 loss to the Carolina Panthers. Winston, he might want to go back and get a little bit of looking in his eyes. Because 26-7, the only thing I can tell you is the Panthers actually helped me out huge with their defense. So for once, I didn't go 0-4 or 0-5 in fantasy football. 1-1. One of my best starts in such a long time. I'm so excited. And my team, the Walmart Specials, is at it again. At it again. Great transition, Toby. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tom Brady. He's in his 40s, and he's still lighting it up with a 48-25 win. I don't really know when it comes to this. 276 yards. 24 out of 36. 5 touchdowns. Tom Brady is a beast. Ever since he left New England, I kind of respect Brady a little bit more and more every single year. It's crazy. But you want to hear a secret? The one team I don't like, but I respect a little bit today, is the Baltimore Ravens. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs 36-35. The one reason why I respect Baltimore so much today than before this game is because, Patrick Mahomes, everybody's like, oh my God, Patrick Mahomes, he's so good. He's so great. He puts ketchup on his steak. Where, I used to do that when I was little, so I can't complain or say anything. But the part that was unbelievable, you had a little bit more than a minute left, all right? It was 4th and 1. Harbaugh looked at Larmer? God damn it. I can see. Anyway, his quarterback and says, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? It's up to you. If you want to go for it, go for it. And what Harbaugh is talking about, it's 4-1. 4 down, 1 yard to go. There's 2 possibilities. One, they could go for the kick, which with a minute left, you have to put all your faith into your defense to stop Patrick Mahomes. And that's very tough. When he's under pressure with a minute left, 1 down, all you had to do was get into the 40s or the 30s, right? To have a chance for a field goal. That's all it takes. But with Patrick Mahomes, you might go a little overboard, give it to Hill, which he'll take it in for a touchdown. So, Jackson, what he decided to do was he decided to do a 1 yard plunge to get the first down. And that's the part that was beauty. More people this year are taking a little bit more risks than playing it safe. And this was one of the most beautiful plays I have ever seen in such a long time. Because I really seriously, personally don't think other coaches would have did it. Because they're too conservative. And this would have been the best way of doing it. No, not when you have Patrick Mahomes on the other ball. Jackson did it perfect and got the first down, and that was the key to finish this game. And that's what it was. He got it. It was brilliant. They won. Done is done. Finally, the last part that I want to talk about when it comes to football is Green Bay and Detroit. The battle of the division. Of course, people were taking a look at this, and the sad thing is, when it comes to Detroit, it doesn't matter who you have as a quarterback. Stafford or Goff, everybody always sees this as a big L. And guess what? Green Bay stepped up. 35-17 win. The one thing that you listen to all these things about Detroit, like, since Stafford's out, we got Goff. Goff is better. Take a look at his record over in LA. Brand new quarterback, brand new regime. We have this. we're going to be going good. All right. I understand where they're coming from. You know, it's the big hype. New quarterback. Oh, he's the future. He's the one that's going to get us a Super Bowl. Blah, 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 blah. But there's more to the Lions and trying to get them to win. More than you actually think. Like, most of their focus was on the quarterback, which they eventually got with Stafford. But they kept trying left and right to get a wide receiver. I swear, they've had so many busts before they found Megatron that it was almost sad. When it comes to Detroit, I don't know what they need to do. I don't know if somebody else needs to buy them. They need to sit down with a new crowd and be like, okay, what are we doing wrong with this particular team, and what should we do to actually be competitive? Like, I don't care if they go out, get a bunch of people to be competitive, because you can still be competitive outside of the division. I know every win in the division just is one of the most key things that's ever possible. Like, key. And it is what it is, but Detroit's got to do something. I don't know. They just have way too many guys retiring at early ages because they are sick and tired of losing. But that gives you that hypothetical. What would you rather do? Be a top star on one of the league's worst teams all your career? Megatron. Or would you rather be a bottom feeder player, a bench one on a good team? For example, when Brady was in New England. So you could be the best on the Detroit Lions or the worst on the Patriots. You know, that's, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, Calvin Johnson, he was the best player. Hell, he could have been one of the best wide receivers ever if he just never retired. But he chose his more or less dignity of not being on a losing team time after time. Like, the amount of connections that Stafford and Johnson made trying to get that team. Like, you cannot win football games with just two players. You need a whole entire offense. Whole entire defense. It just didn't work that way. Ew, roadkill. That splattered. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hurt! Woo! So it's really bothersome just watching the downfall of the Detroit Lions. And I feel sorry for Goff. He had it good in Los Angeles. He had a team. He had a system. I know he had one basically off year, and I think that was year 2. But when he is on a half-decent team, he's not bad. But Stafford is better than him. There's no doubt about it. So I don't blame LA switching quarterbacks with Detroit. I think this could have been the very first time ever in Stafford's life, that he's 2-0. He's probably got a grin on his face so big, he doesn't know what to do with it. Like, Stafford, you're probably one of my most favorite quarterbacks. You better get a Super Bowl before you're done with this league. Or at least a Super Bowl appearance. I know it'd be great to win. It's disappointing when you lose, but at least you can say you made it. And all it took would be a change of a team. Oh, one of the longest shows. All right, let's go to news. Let's see what is up and exciting in the world of sports. From NHL, NFL, MLB, NBA, and I don't think CELB will be on here, but anything is possible. The Detroit Lions signed Bobby Ryan to a PTO. Whoa! How about De La Hoya willing to offer Mayweather $100 million for a rematch? Let me say that again without screwing up. De La Hoya willing to offer Mayweather $100 million for a rematch. Jesus Christ. Some of these... Okay, this is just kind of infuriating when it comes to wages, sports, and different sports in general. Like I keep saying, when it comes to Jake Paul, yeah, this is such bad radio. Hang on. So I had a little bit of a tickle in my throat. I had a little bit of Tums. So I don't want chewing in your ear. Anyway, when it comes to Jake Paul, he's trying to stand up for the fighters of UFC, saying Dana White's not paying you enough for all the sweat, the tears that you guys have done before to get where you are. Mayweather, $100 million for a rematch. Do you guys really think that Jake Paul is right? That Dana White is actually underselling the talent and things like that when it comes to UFC? I think so. But do you really think that De La Hoya is crazy to offer $100 million? Hell, give me $10,000 and I can create something big and better. And I'm not going to blow it like on a pair of underwear worth $10,000 because it's gold studded. I don't know. Just, it's one of those things. Oh. Alright, so week 2, Carson Wentz status for week 3 is unclear after spraining both ankles. How the hell can you sprain both ankles? I've sprained an ankle and to this day I still don't know how. Just making a save in floor hockey and didn't roll it, didn't do anything, and just pulled something. But how can you sprain both ankles? This guy is such a dud. Oh. Alright, so Carson Wentz. Damn it. Andy Dalton, Tyrod Taylor, and the Miami quarterback. Don't know how to say his name. Not going to try. Not going to butcher it. All got injured during week 3. Quarterbacks are going down. They're going down and doing down. If you've been paying any attention to this, Deshaun Watson won't be active during the Thursday night football despite Taylor's injuries. This is starting to be an interesting story. Taylor, great quarterback, gets injured, and you would think, okay, let's get Watson up and going. But when you have something going on off-field and the FBI is called in, you seriously might want to get checked out. Like, I don't blame Houston for doing this and just saying, Watson, I'm sorry, you have too much legal stuff. We do not want to play you. Is he getting paid? Probably. But, so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, so there's really nothing new and exciting otherwise. So instead of dragging it on worse than what it is, I'm just going to say, F it, I'm done. Alright, you guys. That is it for the show, Tavern Sports Podcast. My name is Toby Brendel, and I do thank you for tuning in to this actual live episode where I'm kind of hip-hopping happy. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to email me at tavernsportsnetwork@gmail.com. Or if you head over to bio.link/tavernsports, it gives all the information on where to contact us and where to check us out. So, I will see you next time, and I guess see you later. Peace out, guys.